This one is vagina talking. Her
Perfect,
fanny
ma.
was fluttering and she was ready to take over. If it was no camera, she might have jumped.
Rolling.
K-pop song.
I thought it's rolling, rolling, rolling,
Yeah,
rolling,
it's-
rolling, rolling. Wow, fuck, that's a Limp Bizkit song, man. No, oh man. Man.
Generation gap.
Yeah, it's fucking almost the same melody. Rolling, 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 rolling.
No, it's totally different.
Hi guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of Zula Chick Chats. As you can tell, the setup is quite different from our usual setup. But we still have 4 people on the panel. The reason why it's slightly more revamped is because we're going to be tweaking like the topics that we're doing. So now we're going to be reacting and giving commentary about trending topics, trending news, shows, things that happen in Singapore, whatever it is, right? And today's topic is very popular and hyped up now. Because it's a show on Netflix. It's called Singles Inferno. I'm sure you guys have watched it before. It's a Korean reality dating show. Okay, and today our guest is
Brenda.
Lousy.
Amanda.
beautiful. I did not pay them to do that, but they did.
And you are?
And I'm Leah. Thank you. Yeah. We have all watched the show. Yes.
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 Okay, so I forced them to all watch the show over the
Honestly,
weekend.
yeah, I literally binged it in one weekend.
I was like, can you watch the show, please? Thanks.
Wait, am I the only one who watched
No,
it?
me
I
also.
chased it.
Okay, so
Yes.
yeah, you guys are the ones who watched
Yeah.
it. I've just binged it. I guess you also like here and there, here and there.
Oh,
Not
the
super
first,
invested, right?
So the first 5 episodes, I was a bit more invested.
Okay.
After that, I got bored.
Yeah, so today what we'll be talking about, right, is how whether we like the show or not, first of all, the things that happen in the show. We'll also be reacting to clips from the show, exciting, more of the controversial parts. And there's a lot of things in the show that are actually very kind of like stereotypes, a little bit of like problems or conversations that netizens online were like talking about, be it Koreans or like Singaporeans in general. Like a lot of hype on TikTok also, like people were
Yeah.
commenting
Yeah.
about a lot of different scenes and how they felt about it. So we'll be going to that and we'll kind of take you guys through the whole series in a sense. So if you guys haven't watched it yet, this will kind of be like a rough outline for y'all.
No, this is like spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
okay, TLDR spoiler alert.
Yeah.
And it's very funny because in Singles Inferno, they also have a panel of 4
Yeah. Correct.
behind the scenes talking about the people in the show, and we are like the people who are talking about them and the contestants in the show. So it's kind of funny. My first question, right, is like, what are your first impressions of the show?
Okay, so the context, right, of which I found out about the show is of course online. People are talking so much about it, and I was like a little bit intrigued lah, because everybody said I should go watch. But then I watched, then I feel like a bit disappointed lah.
Oh,
Because really nothing happens in this show.
a little bit.
Like I would rather watch paint dry on the wall, to be honest. At least the wall would be painted.
Okay, well, I feel Miss Brenda would disagree.
No. Okay, so I was drawn to the show mainly because I think it's like the first of its kind in Korea. I never ever see like
Yes.
Korea have this kind of, very different kind of dating show. Because I always know the Korean culture to be very safe.
True.
So like they're like stepping out of their comfort zone.
Correct.
And when I watched it, it's like, oh, okay, a group of good-looking people stuck on an island. What will happen, right?
It started out very promising.
Yeah,
Wow, the
correct.
shots, right? Like got girls wearing bikini, running around the beach, then shirtless guys. So you thought, because usually Netflix reality dating shows, right? What you have in mind is Too Hot to Handle, Love Island.
Yeah.
Then you expect people to be like, hot and heavy.
Bridging in bed.
Yeah. And then Singles Inferno was just, but to think about it, right, actually, they were only there for 8 days.
Yeah,
9
it's
days.
very short
So,
period.
I think in terms of culture, right, probably Korea is not, the very forward kind of dating culture like, the Americans and the British.
Okay, wait. Before we go into like the cast a little bit more, right? I will give a short disclaimer to our audience about what the synopsis of the show is. Okay. So it says, stranded and ready to mingle. This is the Netflix synopsis. Okay. Stranded and ready to mingle, 9 young flirty Korean singles search for love on a deserted island that they can only escape as couples for date nights on their new island paradise. Yeah, so it sounds way more mysterious than it actually is.
That's
Okay.
very juicy.
Yeah. But okay, maybe we can talk a bit about the cast, right? So I think at the start they introduced 4 girls and 5 guys. And what are your thoughts on the introduction of the cast as they walk down that wooden staircase and everybody awkwardly sit at the fireplace and like, 안녕하세요.
The walk was so long.
It was so long.
Times 1.5 also not enough.
Then I'm like, can just be faster. I want to see true interactions between the participants.
Okay, who do you guys like? Just based off like the start.
I think based on the start, the most interesting character will have to be Gia.
Yes, I
for
agree.
sure.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she's the most outstanding one in terms of, you just say superficially, she's the most outstanding one. And how to say, like, she was very confident.
Yes.
I remember she said, describe myself, cute and sexy. Then, you know, it's not something that you will see in Korean culture, Asian
correct,
culture, right?
correct.
But she straight up said, I'm cute and I'm sexy and I'm here to, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, can I just say that the intro confessionals are so much better than when they are in the show.
Yeah, correct. They are so much more confident, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, no, the intro confessions looked like it was literally a too hot to handle intro confession.
I got that vibe.
Yeah.
I was expecting too hot to handle action also, but no.
Too boring to handle.
Yeah, correct.
I just wish that the attitude in the introduction, right, would have translated into the show itself.
Correct.
Because everyone seems so not confident in the show. Like, all become very...
Awkward.
It seemed as though, like, they were very scared to be judged.
Yeah,
Like, the things they say were all very calculated.
Correct.
Because, you know, Korean culture, you get cancelled very easily.
True. Maybe that's why.
It's so weird
Yeah.
because, right, I don't know if the conversations were really this dry or if it was edited this way. Because they don't have any substantial conversations to help me understand their personality.
Right. But to be honest, they were also not allowed to reveal their age as well as
Yes.
their occupation, right?
Okay.
So I'm wondering why, first of all, but I think it has to do with I think in the notes or research, right, from the producers, they said that like if you reveal your occupation, some people are very focused on like your status in society. Like I think particularly in Korea, correct us if I'm wrong lah, you know, but they didn't want that to like be a biasness towards whether you
Okay.
like the person or not. I mean you will know, right? You watch the most K dramas, is it
I mean, you go to
perpetuated?
Korea and
Why do you think all their Korean dramas all got CEO?
Oh, true.
Yeah, the male lead always CEO.
Right.
CEO vibes.
Oh, true.
I
Actually,
see.
now that I think about it.
So-
CEO, doctor.
so the most attractive thing is power lah.
Yeah.
Maybe social status.
Interesting.
Okay. Okay, speaking of that, right, talking about like the social status and also maybe some other kind of common stereotypes in Korea that are like perpetuated within this show that I think maybe in Korea it's very normal because they're quite a conservative society, right? But I think as outsiders or maybe international fans of the show, you'll be like, what the fuck? Like they like that one can one meh? You know what I mean? They will be very confused when they watch the show, or we have different kind of reactions to how things play out, right? So maybe we can start by talking about the different things that happen throughout the show, and the first one is actually about Korean beauty standards. Okay, so at the start of the show, when all the people enter the show, there's like girls who tend to look a little bit more, as they call it, pure. Okay,
Yeah.
pure and very pale. Okay, and then it says here Korea's love for pale skin. Okay, this one I mean it may not be for generalizing the whole of Korea,
Yeah.
but it was quite said throughout the show.
Yeah.
From some of the guys as well, and even some of the girls commented about the guys' skin tones. Okay, let's watch like some of the clips of
Okay.
when it happened.
너무 하얗다. 맞아,
Seems so
진짜.
pale.
이렇게 걸어오시는데 와 처음에 완전 하얗고 막 되게 순백이 약간 그런 느낌이었다면
진짜 하얘니까 저는 원래 그런 좀 피부가 하얀 톤인 사람을 좋아하거든요.
I like that tone.
Yeah, what does it
Like
mean?
purposely you like your voice, you know, the tone of voice, not tone of skin.
와 아이돌 아니야 아이돌?
Oh.
피부가 진짜 하얗시다.
Literally, 피부 something something.
이름은 최시윤입니다.
Oh, wear that on a
그,
Island.
yeah.
Where's the sweater?
네, 그런 눈을 가진 사람이 있어요. 그런 여성분 굉장히 좋아합니다.
Pure innocent eyes.
Eyes. What does that mean?
To be honest, right, a lot of these attributes that guys like, right, pure, innocent, frail and fair and hairless women, small and tiny.
Sounds like Nickel more red.
Sounds like a child.
Oh yeah.
Don't you think so? It sounds very childlike. To be honest, right? If you look at the kind of personalities that they like, right? They like people who are submissive.
Yeah.
They don't like people who have strong opinions.
Yeah, it's a very patriarchal kind of like society lah. I mean, the whole idea of like pure, untainted eyes is this whole idea of virginity lah.
Oh, true.
They value this
Yes,
virginity
yes.
thing. The value of women have been tied to their sexuality or lack thereof. Yeah, so if you're any bit sexual, you are considered of less value, which is very sad lah. Yeah.
I think the thing is also, right, this fair skin tone trait is also very much reflected in the K-pop industry. Like you can see all the top stars that people look up to, right? They all have these traits. Like they are fair, their eyes very big. And in Korea they have things like whitening pills.
yeah.
And then you can even go for those light therapy that whitens your skin.
No,
You
it's
can-
an injection actually.
Yeah, the IV drip, right?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
an
yes,
IV
yes,
drip.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, I've seen that.
I told my mom I wanted to try it for fun, but she said I'll become transparent.
Dude,
Yeah, I mean, you are already a fair.
No, if you go on the show, they'll be like, wow, I love her skin tone.
No, they will not. They will say, oh my gosh, she's too tall. Her butt is too big.
No, but they like the
They don't like
tall.
tall girls.
They like tall
They
girls.
like, they like
Eh,
tall
no,
girls.
Jin Taek like the tall
Yeah.
girls.
I don't like Jin Taek and his hairy chest.
I think there is a problem though when such things are put out in the media because it pervades even us.
Correct.
Even our society, even we're multicultural, right? There is a tiering, I would say. There is a tiering in terms of how fair you are, and it's very much tied to the concept, the conversation about racism as well, which is very interesting as well. Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
for okay, so in the context of singles in phono, right? I think it's okay to state that you have a physical type.
Yeah.
Everybody has a physical type. I like somebody tall, I like somebody
Yeah.
tan, I like somebody fair, whatever.
Yeah.
But right, as the episodes progress, right, they don't dig deep into their interactions, their personality, their goals, their dreams. It's just it becomes becomes, you know, people going for people who are, oh, okay, I like her because she's fair.
Yeah.
I like her look because she's pure and innocent. I mean, that girl was practically a neuroscience major. She's smart. You could have asked her so many questions about her life, but there was nothing about her life. There was practically no a conversation between her and the guys about, what's her dreams and aspiration. Why do you go and study neuroscience? She wants to help people.
especially after her dates at Paradise with like Jin Taek and who's the other one? Sehun. Yeah, they could have asked her more than just that, like during their private conversations.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's the way they edit also, like the
Yeah,
producers
maybe.
also. Yeah, but that is one of the things that people were talking about on the internet as well. Another thing that people talked about was the person who made the biggest impression was Gia, right? The boys' obsession with Gia. Okay, y'all, any comments on it before I delve
Holy
into
shit.
the point?
Yo,
I think at this point, even the girls were also obsessed, man.
I was
The
very
viewers.
obsessed.
On TikTok, there was like quite a lot of opinions about her being confident,
Yeah.
about her being, girl boss and things like that. So I think towards the end also, people felt that she's very true to herself.
Yeah.
And how to say? To put it poorly, she's probably just there to play with the dudes.
Okay, wait. There's some clips of her.
Okay, let's
flirting.
go,
Shall
let's
we?
go.
Shall we
Okay.
watch the clips of her?
지아 씨, 그분 완전 블링블링.
Bling bling. He call her bling bling.
나 그런 것도 못 봤어요.
제일 블링블링하게.
Wow, she was gorgeous. When she walked in, I legit
I
mesmerized.
fainted. So apparently, the producer says she did her research, right? And she said that a lot of the guys on the show already knew who Gia was, and apparently they wanted to get to know her or get with her because of her status, and that will bring them popularity outside of this said island.
She was already quite a popular YouTuber.
Yeah,
She's very known.
500,000, right?
Now she 1 million eh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just now she just upload YouTube video.
No, she
And she
recently
upload
1
every day.
million.
She today Q&A, then talk about Singles Inferno a bit.
Oh,
wow.
Okay. Yeah, very updated with free Zia, everybody. Okay, so after that, when they all got introduced at the start of the island, then the guys start talking about who they like. So they make comments about Jiyeon and and Gia. That's the most popular ones, right?
Yes.
Jiyeon and Gia. And then after that, there were a bunch of guys who started to attempt to flirt with her. So let's watch the clips
Okay.
because her flirting and charisma is, according to the host in the show, very strong.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
they
it
keep
is.
praising her flirting. So
It's
This is-
purposely one.
correct.
나는 좀 사랑받고 배려해줄 줄 아는 사람이 좋은데
아, 그런 생각했구나.
Awkward silence.
Like, what do they do?
알았어, 챙겨줄게.
You know his face. He's so shocked. He's like,
yeah.
oh, considerate.
Oh, his face.
나한테 와줘.
Oh.
Oh, this one okay lah. This one not bad.
Look at the host. They're like,
너무 좋겠다.
oh my god.
기다리고 있었어.
난 진짜
Say she
신경
waiting
안
for
오면 내가 갈라 그랬어.
queen. Okay.
Okay.
Let's talk about this, okay? This Hyunjung and Gia situation, which is like one of the OG ships of the entire island, right?
Can I just say the first part when he said, I like somebody who is considerate of me.
Mm.
Who will not like somebody who is considerate of you? I like
right?
somebody who is very inconsiderate of me. I want them to like, ruin me. What kind of ideal type is that?
Yeah, no, maybe this is the one thing that I think I find challenging because I feel like the subtitles might not be as exactly as accurate.
True.
Yeah, because the considered thing. It's such a strange thing to say.
I want somebody who cares and loves me. You mean
the
you
what?
the what?
Okay, back to the point about them flirting with each other, right?
yeah.
I do think that Gia is quite good with saying nothing but saying so much.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
She knows how to maintain the eye contact.
Yeah, and also like her word choice is so strong. Like no fucking girl says that, but she is so confident in herself, right? That she can say whatever the fuck she wants to say.
She does give me the vibes because of how long she takes to respond, right? She does give me the vibe that her responses are quite calculated. Like she
Yes.
knows exactly what to say.
She knows exactly how to play this.
yeah,
movie.
she know one. She thinking, no processing. She look like blank, right?
Yeah,
Thinking. Sis is
what to
thinking.
say. But okay, so moving on to the other flirting scenes, right, with Gia.
Mm.
Okay, we'll be talking about Gia for a while because she's a very controversial and popular character.
Gia.
So we'll be talking about the other guys that she flirted with and some aspects that come along with this. So let's talk about this Sihoon guy.
Sihoon's downfall.
Sihoon.
내가 좋아하는 여자가 있으면 좀 더 약간 애교도 많아지고.
나도 완전 애교쟁이 되는데. 난 남자친구한테만 애교쟁이.
아 진짜.
아무도 몰라.
Part 1 of him falling in love.
He's dead.
Oh,
he's
he
dead.
did, he did,
He'll-
he's really
Look,
dead.
his face.
Oh!
Look at the eye contact. Look at the eye
아주
contact,
좋겠다는
man.
거야, 오빠. 나중에는 쓰러지겠다.
Oh my god.
But he's just
Very
drinking
thirsty,
it.
thirsty.
He's like, I cannot
눈으로
see
좀
anything.
보였는데.
I send you some signs with my eyes.
눈을 잘 봐야 돼, 오빠.
Oh wow.
She's totally playing him.
Yeah.
man.
She's not interested at all.
She's not.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She's damn good. No, the
There's the pool one.
The pool one was iconic and she was wearing that bikini. Then
Wow,
she was bending
yes.
forward, then she just keeps staring.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
If at that point, right, she asked him for his house and his car, he also
Yeah.
give.
Yes,
The
I
left
agree.
testicle also give.
Correct.
Okay, I tell you.
So actually, I got liver failure. Would you like to give me one?
Oh my
Yes,
god.
I give. I cut open
We
now with a
agree to
spoon.
the surgery tomorrow. I will go with you.
That's why when she called Hyunjung puppy, I think he more puppy. Eh.
Yeah, same.
It's like groveling on the
Yeah,
ground.
correct. Everybody said okay. So like the conflict.
Really, eh? I think if she asked him to be carpet for her to walk over, he will.
Okay.
Eh.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, that's so
oh my
sad.
god,
Yeah.
don't you know I'm a savage? Okay, yes. So I feel like for his one, a lot of comments on TikTok or like in general online, right? People were saying that he's really like a sim.
He is.
He's ultimate.
And he's
sim.
the ultimate sim out of everyone in this show
Yes,
because
yes.
I really think that okay, this guy really did not give space to her / any of the other people who wanted to
my
interact
God.
with her.
That scene.
Can we talk about the part where he followed Hyunjung and Gia to the beach for their date? Oh my god! Why would you do that?
Ultimate second-hand embarrassment when I watched it. I couldn't look at the screen. I couldn't. I was so paiseh, you know, extremely
sia.
paiseh for him.
And the thing is, I think Hyunjung and Gia, honestly, they were appalled.
Yeah.
But then they want to be PC, so their reaction damn tame.
Yeah.
If it's me, right, I'll be like, why? Sorry.
Excuse me.
Why are
Same
you
direction.
Yeah, so strange. Like he doesn't respect their space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. So there's Gia
Okay,
and Sihun and Gia and Hyunjung, right? These two drama going on. And then there is the other people, okay? The Yewon and Junshik, my beautiful, most favorite, non-problematic couple
Yeah.
that had zero screen time.
Because they were non-problematic.
Correct. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry for them, but like we will insert a picture of you guys here
I
in
love
memory.
it.
You know what Yewon was? Yewon was like the perfect best friend.
Yeah.
She was there to like comfort everyone who had a problem.
Everyone,
We love her.
Guys and girls both.
Yes, she's a queen. Okay.
Yeah.
And she
I
never
said
betray anyone.
She never once complained that she was on Inferno, okay? Like, she would never go to Paris, she never even
Yeah,
complained.
she
She
was
just
damn
like, okay.
positive about it.
We love her, okay?
Yeah, then when like the helicopter fly over, she still waves. Then all the rest of the girls
Some
are like,
people, well, some people.
Cooking the rice, like,
Yeah.
poison all of them.
yeah, correct. He was really like that. Okay, so with Queen Yewon and Mr. Jungshik, I'm so sorry we'll not be talking about you. But the next couple pairing that kind of formed in the middle, right, was or not couple pairing, sorry. The next couple controversial couple is Mr. Moon Se-hoon and I don't know what's her surname, but Jiyeon.
Yeah.
Shin Ji-yeon.
Shin Jiyeon, is
Yeah,
it?
Shin.
Okay. It's not officially a couple at that point in time because it was one-sided, and Jiyeon went to Paradise 2 times without Sehun, right? And then Sehun called her name, but she didn't reciprocate or something like that. So in the end, they didn't get chosen. Yeah. So a lot of people talked about Sehun and his persistence. To chase her throughout the show, especially for the first like 5 episodes, when she kept kind of rejecting him or at least showing no interest. Like I really felt she gave a lot of signs to him, even if she didn't say an outright no. And I also can understand why, because it's also the show you don't want to get hated on this reality TV show, right? But he was very like
Yeah. Then
no vision towards
the
this girl.
panel like praised him for being a one-woman man. I don't know what
Okay.
your thoughts on this.
It's very divided.
Cannot,
It's
I
very
feel-
divided actually.
No, okay. My problem with that, right, is that he doesn't really know her,
Yeah.
and his obsession with her, to put it in, there's no better way to put it. Obsession with her is based on the initial appearance of her lah. They never really got to sit down and have a date and talk. Their limited interaction was in the kitchen.
Yes.
Right? And that's when you like started being very obsessed with her lah.
I think
Sad lah.
being committed is good.
Yeah.
But it's only okay, right, if the other person actually reciprocates. But in this case, she don't want.
Yeah.
But he keeps just being very persistent, which can come across as a bit disturbing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a clip now, right, where is after Jiyeon came back from Paradise, like her first date, and then Sehun obviously wanted to like run after her and take the opportunity to like have a conversation with her because he didn't talk to her much, right? Because she
Yeah.
went to Paradise. Since he stuck on the Inferno for 2 dates, like I
Yeah.
think 2 days he was in the Inferno.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay, shall we?
But all she did was go to Paradise and eat steak.
She's avoiding eye contact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh dear. Oh my god.
She really
Honestly, it's the
doesn't really
editing.
like
It's the editing, dude. It's the
You know,
editing.
and for them, like, how am I supposed to do now?
Oh no.
She's not interested.
She's not interested. Yeah.
Oh, I feel bad.
Actually, at this point, he quite poor thing.
I
He
felt bad
didn't
for
go for
him.
any of the dates, right?
I
Yeah.
felt bad for him here.
I feel like I'm on the fence a little bit, but I'm veering a bit more to I feel bad for him because I guess some people they are just they just tunnel vision. Then
Yeah.
he just wants to talk to her and he just wants to get to know her, but
Yeah.
she is busy with other men.
Correct.
And and maybe he just feels that I want to get a chance to know you, but
Right.
you're just always preoccupied or you're tired.
Correct.
Yeah. One thing I did appreciate is that he did not seem extremely pushy, like the
yeah.
Si-Hoon type of, you know, I follow you, you go toilet, I wait outside, you know, that kind of
Yeah.
shit.
The loitering, I was like,
Yeah, that one is a no-no for me.
yeah, but he kind of like really pushed the limits to like trying to find every opportunity to have a
Yeah.
conversation. There was one that he got upset with So-yeon for
Yes.
bringing him to go get a treat.
I forgot that part, but yeah, I think that was a bit of a dick move lah.
I was like, is that all you care about?
Yeah.
Like, someone was being kind to you and then he was really just, I just really want to talk to her. I'm like, girl! Yeah, but that was Sehun being maybe one-sided for the first like 5 episodes. And then the end it gets juicy. I'm like,
We'll talk
oh.
about that.
We'll talk about that, but that's
That
for
one.
later, okay? Moving on, we'll move on to the next couple, which is Miss So-yeon and Mr. Jin-taek.
Mr. Hairy
Okay.
Chest.
So Jin-taek seemed to be very obsessed with So-yeon at the start when they went to the paradise together, right? And then later on, turns out he went to paradise with another girl. Miss Jiyeon. And then he said that it was a, oh, I didn't think she would choose me situation, right? But then when he went there, he was all flirty, as the cameras have captured. And then he told So-yeon like another story, which is like, oh no, I didn't really choose her. And he wasn't really being very honest. I did feel that his I don't want to say gaslighting, but like he's a bit like beating around the bush and kind of not implicating himself was a bit of a red flag. Like he kept trying to dodge her question or like, no, it's not, I didn't do that, or it's your fault for not sitting next to me, so I didn't know you were interested.
Wow, that one
Gaslighting,
pissed me
yeah.
off. Like,
Yes.
that you didn't sit next to me, so I thought you don't like me. What is that?
Yeah.
He's like 20 plus years old.
No,
already.
it's 30.
Oh, he's 30.
Bitch is 30.
Yeah, it's very easy lah. This is just a story of a man who's caught in a lie
Yeah.
and is now trying to like build many different walls
Yeah.
to not implicate him as a guilty person here.
Correct.
So I was a little bit annoyed with this whole entire situation. I was a little bit more annoyed that So-yeon kinda like fell into that as well. I was a little bit like pissed that she didn't like fight back and like come on, punch him, dude.
do
He was
you
an
think-
asshole, man.
Do you think it's also because she kind of knew that if don't have him, then she'll be alone?
But I mean, this thing, right? I mean, at the end of the day, even if you walk away single,
It's okay, what?
you don't win any prize money,
Yeah.
what? Fuck
Yeah.
me, shit,
I think
man.
it's pride law.
I guess
Pride,
lah.
yeah.
But yeah, so to me, I felt sad that she didn't stand up for herself more.
Because I felt that she would.
I
In
thought
real
she would.
life, without cameras around, I feel like she would stand up for herself.
But she did stand up to Sehun.
Yeah, she did.
You
She
see?
did. She did.
Yeah, so it's weird. I don't know. Okay, moving on from So-yeon and Mr. Jin-taek and that whole drama that we clearly all kind of disagree on. We'll
Okay.
talk a little bit about the fights that she had with Sehun, okay? So this part,
Okay, like, it was one fight lah.
it was,
Yeah.
okay, this one fight was the fight of the century in
It
this
was the
series.
most dramatic fight.
This one iconic fight between Sehun and So-yeon literally was not even that deep, but people made it out like she was a villain.
She was.
How dare these people?
Yeah, the comments. Okay, so the comments from the netizens, right? Okay, it says here. So-yeon is seen negatively for being dishonest, manipulative, and political, basically seen as a shit stirrer. I think it's because she's very straightforward, as we all know. Maybe the Korean culture is a bit more sensitive when people are too straightforward. Because she just called Sehun out like that, right? And also at that point in time, she was trying to call him out to make him realize that, you know, you shouldn't be chasing after Jiyeon, chase after me. She was trying to like find a
Yeah.
backup because Jin-taek was like kind of not interested in her. So I think that's why people felt that she was a bit manipulative because she was trying to get him to favor her in that sense. Yeah, but I don't think that whole conversation was very dramatic. I felt that she just said honestly to him that, oh, I just think that you are being too narrow-minded and focusing on one person, and this is not good, something along those lines.
I feel like maybe, possibly, from my interpretation, is that they don't like that she's vocal.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
like that she's standing up for herself and she's vocal.
correct.
Because they call her manipulative, whereas they don't say that about Gia.
I was gonna say the same thing.
They don't say that, oh, Gia is manipulative. She's playing with 3 guys at once.
She was
Why?
actually.
Why
Yeah.
did nobody say
Yeah.
that?
Correct.
You know?
I agree.
But absolutely, you know, I feel like it's a beauty standard thing, like, you know, she's
Right.
popular, you know.
Aiya.
I also think it might be the way they deliver the message because Gia never really outrightly let anyone on by saying I like you and I like you too, and like I'm gonna tell you both that I like you, but actually inside I don't like any of you. You know what I mean? She never really said that openly, but Soyeon
She
was
was
very
extremely flirty.
correct.
exact-
She was, of course, she's like so flirty, right? But the thing is that like she's so flirty with all of them. But when she comes back to the island, you realize that the guys are going to her. She doesn't go to the
Yeah.
guys. But in this case, Soyeon went to him directly to tell him and confront him about this, and was honest with herself lah. So I respect her honesty, but I guess it's kind of like very unfair bias, and we don't know what is the cause of this bias. Maybe beauty standards, maybe in the way they approach the situation. Yeah, but it's quite sad.
I feel bad for Soyeon because I
I
mean,
do.
two of the guys that she's interested in ish are two of the guys that she fought with us. Yeah. Poor thing is, she really cannot get a break, man.
She was just out there to clarify things. Yeah.
Correct.
Which
Yeah.
I think is very normal.
Yeah, it's normal.
If I was that person, if I was Soyeon, right, I would want to clarify things. Here, I don't want any like
Uncertainty.
uncertainty. I
Correct.
don't want any uncertainty between us. So let me just go and clarify. Let me just go and talk and clarify. But maybe that's coming from our society lah, where we just like talk. I don't
we
need to
just
like.
talk, yeah.
Don't think so much.
Yeah, don't need to
Yeah.
like. "Oh, I hate you. I don't want to.
Yeah, but also because Singaporean culture is more westernized than a
correct.
lot of other Asian cultures.
Correct.
Where if a girl is a bit more upfront, they say, you know, they speak their mind a little bit. It's not as frowned upon as
Yeah.
certain cultures because
Okay.
you know, in like other Asian cultures, if like the girl is upfront and
Yeah.
you know they speak their mind, all the guys will be like.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
no for me. Okay, so now we'll move on to the next part, which is where the new people come in. Because we got new fresh faces, right? First of all, I feel that they were added in way too late into the series.
Yeah.
And they did nothing. Like, they did not contribute at all to the
They stood no chance
felt
because
so
of how little time they had with the participants.
It's like 3 days, eh?
And at that time, right, all of them already built their own connections. Really, where
Yeah.
got time for the rest?
So the new people didn't really add much value to the whole series. Personally, I think we all felt. But I think it did add a bit of drama because Hyun Seung was also interested in Jia.
And
Yeah.
they knew each other before.
Yeah,
they came
Jia
in.
and Hyun Seung knew each other, and Hyun Seung and Hyun Jung also knew each other, right? Before they came to the show, there was this whole drama about friendship or love or whatever. It
I wonder if
is.
that was like calculated
Yeah.
by the producers.
maybe
Correct.
No, but cannot be lah. Cannot be they like.
like they go and randomly cut last minute, right?
cannot be in the 6th or 7th day. They suddenly okay. We need to put some wrench in between the relationship of Jia and Hyun Jung. So
Yeah.
let me call this fella up. Hello,
correct.
you come now.
I think it's all planned beforehand. one.
Yeah, I agree. So lah, I think so.
Shall we watch the episode? Not the episode. The clip of him flirting with Miss Jia.
Wait, like the
Hyun
Oh,
Seung.
I'm not ready. Hold on.
I
Jesus.
want to
I
vomit
will
blood.
I wanna be me too.
Oh dear.
섹시.
She's so happy. She's smiling the entire time.
여자들이 오빠 엄청 좋아할 것 같아.
She really forward about the flirting.
Yeah, she was.
웃으면 귀엽다.
Yeah,
Probably just going around in circles.
그러니까 갭 차이 많이
He's
나서
literally considering his life. He's
homie.
making his life decisions right now. He's just, oh my god, this girl is complimenting me so much.
누가 제일 마음에 들어? 그 중에?
말해야 돼?
말해도
I'm
되고 안 해도
impressed.
되고
Look at this.
I know.
비밀이야.
She knows. He's like, do I need to answer that now? Like, wow, she really good at coming back with questions. You know?
아 진짜 지아 씨가
Okay, I agree with this.
Yeah.
Yes.
This to me, her flirting was more forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was really like she really wanted it.
Yeah, she did.
You can tell, right? Her attitude here is totally different,
Different.
from all the other guys, even Hyunjung.
This one is vagina talking.
Yeah, correct.
Correct.
She was
This is her
truly-
vagina
And
talking.
she was much more natural. She didn't like the responses not so calculated.
Yeah.
Very fast.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every line is just take me already, take me already.
Because to me, right, the other two, right, is the game. Is her mind.
Yeah.
This one is her instinct.
Yeah.
She like
Her
perfect
fanny
lah.
was fluttering and she was ready to take over. If it was no camera, she might have jumped.
Can we also talk about Hyun Sung's choice?
Oh, Jia?
Oh my god. He was enjoying himself so much more with Ye Won.
Yes.
And when she actually flirted and showed her personality and they had so many things in common, but
And he complimented her.
yeah.
Her smile is so
I
cute.
really
like that.
thought I really thought he
Okay,
would choose
I
her.
think that Ye Won's flirtiness is actually cuter.
Cute.
And I find that's personality.
Yeah.
Because she was quick to kind of like, you know.
I'm not done with flirting.
Yeah.
She's fucking straightforward. I love her.
Yeah, she
I
was
love
actually
her.
humorous and she
Yes.
displayed personality.
Agreed.
But then the guy noticed it. He said, "Oh, actually, she has a funny personality.
He
She's
displayed
pretty." And
He giggled about it.
Yeah, but he just ended up choosing the girl that everybody sims for. So
Right.
that is the state of men.
It's the mystery.
Boring.
Yeah, I think she was too like. I mean, maybe he found it like charming and cute, but
Not
Gia
enough.
has that mysterious vibe. So
Yeah.
it's like he wants to know her.
So
you know what I mean?
you have to bring her out one on one, then you can know her.
Or maybe he finds familiarity with Gia because
That's why
they know each other.
Correct, correct.
I would have taken Yewon out on a date, man. She looks so
Same.
fun to hang out with.
But I, do
mean,
think,
yeah.
you know, maybe after the show they like hung out and like dating,
Yeah.
water sports. She
Or
said
maybe
she
they
like
can
water
just be
sports.
friends, like hanging out
True,
because
true,
they
true.
love water sports, right?
Correct. Okay, so the addition of Hyun Sung gave this, and then there was an addition of two girls, right? Miss Minji and Miss
Sumin.
Sumin. And it was very exciting because Sehun seemed to have no one throughout the first few episodes. And then later on, these two girls came in, and both of them showed an interest towards Sehun, right? And everybody thought, wow, he's gonna get a chance to go on a date with one of these girls because both of them are interested. 100% he's gonna go on one, right? And then at the end, Sehun was given an opportunity to pick someone to go to Paradise because he won the competition again. And in this case, right, the girl did not need to pick him back. It's like, bo pian, she need to go. Like he said the name, right? It's like, the person that he picked is this girl. The girl have no choice but to go. Like she cannot say no. This one I felt was a bit problematic because the girl didn't get to say yes or no. Like she bo pian had to
Yeah.
go. But they also gave it in return for the girl and the guy lah. Like the girl also had the option to pick a guy, right? So after much hype up in the show, right? Let's just watch the clip and roll the clip of how it happened.
That one
Okay?
quite recent, I still agree.
Purposely one is.
I was truly like, Mr. Sehun. Okay, I this one I really threw my iPad on the bed and I screamed
same.
out loud.
제가 선택한 사람은 신지연입니다.
I was so angry when this happened.
Look at the host.
아, 나 소름 돋았어.
Relax.
But I was also like that.
대단하다.
I really gasped.
Yes.
No, but they're
Is
very
it
positive.
because they expected him to choose the new girl?
I think
Yes,
so.
they 100% expected him to choose a new girl.
문세훈 진짜 대단하다.
문세훈 씨가
You look at her expression.
Look, yeah.
신지연 씨입니다. 신지연 씨는 밖으로 나와서
She was like,
so
oh my
disappointed
god,
leh.
really?
Yeah, she.
Minji's like,
문세훈 씨가
No, Sumin was so like,
sisters.
No.
But then Jion's like, oh, no, I don't want.
Yeah, she looks so upset. You know?
Oh, Jiyeon was kind of like, she wasn't even shocked. She didn't even go like, like she was like, oh my god. Like her face was like the,
Fuck my life.
yeah, like the fuck, what do I do? But she cannot really show expression, right? But she was really like, it didn't look excited,
Yeah.
nor did it look surprised. She looked like super unsure of how to handle the situation.
She
And
looked
low-key a
like
bit
somebody. She looked like somebody, right, who knows that somebody has been pursuing her for the longest time, but she's unable to say no to this person
Correct.
because of, I don't know, maybe she's shy or she's scared to say no, and this person just keeps pursuing her until one day she's in a situation where he traps her and she cannot say no.
Yeah.
That's why you see her expression, right? She
Yeah.
looks like, oh fuck, I have to go to this place with him.
But she really couldn't say no. Like at this point in time, which is horrible lah.
But this led to their breakthrough.
Okay, let's talk about this breakthrough
I don't
Yes.
in their relationship.
Yes.
So, Sehun invited her to go Paradise with him, right? And I think throughout that entire day at Paradise, I felt that she was quite distant. Like they sat quite far apart on the sofa, and it wasn't really like her reactions weren't really very like super interested in him. It's the micro expressions, I think. I think Amanda, you asked just now, which is, what would you do if let's say a guy like that keep chasing you? How would you feel? You know what I mean? Like, is it? I think some people's comments were that it seemed endearing at the start because he was like trying to chill her and get to know her, but later on became a little bit too obsessive. Yeah. So what are your thoughts about that?
I can see why there's a divide in opinions with regards to his behavior because some people feel that, you know, she rejected you once, she rejected you twice.
Yeah.
Please take the hint, you know, and move on. But some people feel that, you know, it's because of the situations in Inferno where, you know, she can pick other people and things like that, and she just he just doesn't seem to have luck with her in terms
I
of
see.
situation and circumstance. That's why he keeps trying. Yeah. Maybe it might be a bit overbearing if it's real life lah, where there's no like this kind of rules. But for me, I don't know. I feel like it's okay for me, not the worst thing, because at least he did not follow somebody onto the beach when she's having a date with somebody else.
And maybe he's just the kind of person that he needs closure from the person.
Which is what he said.
Yeah, Jiyeon needs to tell him.
Right.
Which is
Yeah.
why he
He
said
said
for the reason why he picked her
it was for himself.
to communicate and clear all the air.
Yeah, so you see, he's someone who needs a direct answer.
Correct. Okay, so Jiyeon, like the whole interaction between Jiyeon and Sehun is like a lot of mixed reactions, right? And a mixed feelings towards that particular one where he chose her. But later on, when Jiyeon won the contest, right, she had the opportunity to pick someone to go to paradise with. Guess who she fucking said? Mr. Sehun. When the word come out of her mouth, I was really just like,
Honestly, I think at that point she just realised that if she doesn't want to leave the island alone, she has to choose him.
I mean, like
felt that was the choice. It was a last resort.
which other guy would she have picked?
No, and probably maybe that date with Sehun in paradise, right, made her realise that he's not as bad as she thought he was.
Yeah.
Like he actually, maybe they can click, because they were enjoying themselves quite a little bit.
Yeah. And then in the last episode when she picked him, she cried.
Actually, this part he quite sweet, I have to
he's
admit.
quite-
Got respectful distance, but also like there for her.
Oh, what? She really burst into tears here.
Yeah.
eh. Like, it wasn't the like pretty cry. She really went like brah into her hands, you
But
know.
sis also know how to turn to the
Away from the camera.
not the
blind
camera.
cover.
Yeah.
Like, do not look at me.
Then
And the cameraman so nice, never film her cry.
Yeah.
아니야 괜찮아.
Oh no, he looks so
He looks so concerned. He was like, Bibi, stop crying. Ujima! Ujima! They really like, Bibi, Ujima!
I really don't think that he has any ill intentions.
he
he
doesn't.
just
He doesn't.
genuinely likes her very much.
Correct.
Just that maybe to some people it's a bit too much.
Yeah.
And to some people they find it sweet. But then there's also a lot of pressure if you are the other party
Yeah.
and you don't like this person. She clearly does not like him that much.
Yes, she does
and
not.
she is now feeling bad.
Yeah.
What if I get cancelled, or like, I feel bad that he has waited around, but to be honest, I really don't like him. That kind of feeling.
It is.
Honestly, this is like the most genuine anybody on the show has been. Like, these are real emotions, I feel.
Yeah.
The rest of them they all feel like they're playing games.
Yeah. Feels bad for Miss Jiyeon here.
I felt bad for her.
I felt bad
I
too.
felt bad for her.
I can actually imagine the amount of pressure that she probably had faced, especially because I think the cast will probably be like, why, just go for him, just go for him, because he's clearly so interested in her. Maybe because he was too forward with her, right? Maybe she felt he was very like
Pushy. Yeah.
and she didn't have the space to make the decision for herself. I think that's also maybe why she was a bit turned off by it, because maybe he was too direct. Some girls are like that. They don't like someone to be like in your face, like, I'm interested in
I
you.
don't think she actually really liked anybody on her.
I also think so. Yeah, but talking about the Korean netizens and what they think of this Sehun and Jiyeon ship, right? A lot of people said that, okay, Koreans people seem to like Jiyeon and her ship with Sehun. They say that they make a good couple because Jiyeon is considered elite tier. Her educational background and her looks, face and body are considered top class. I mean, as we all know, she's a Korean standout beauty. And then they just liked that he chased her, and they kind of, and it's like a happy ending, right? And I think it's a lot of this is portrayed in Korean dramas also. Like, right? It's like the guy chased the girl, or the guy, either the girl plays hard to get or the guy plays hard to get, and then one party like goes after the another, and the more they go after them, the more they like fall in love with each other, kind
You know
of
who
vibe.
is Sehun? Sehun is the second lead.
Ah,
Second lead syndrome. Yeah, he got second lead, but it's like the guy who is not picked by the girl, but like always sidelined by the girl. Then they are like
Right.
rooting for the second
Yeah,
lead.
everybody's rooting for him.
Yeah.
I think that, correct. That's why I feel like a lot of people ended up like feeling very strongly for them
Okay.
being together, and like finally he has a happy ending, you know, after so much trauma at the
Okay, I
start.
completely get that. I completely get that, because to me, he's the only one with a good story arc.
Yeah,
The rest of them, their story arc, nothing.
they're quite flat.
Literally.
Okay, just a quick intermission. Talking about the people who went to paradise. do y'all see how shooketh the hosts were when they saw Soyeon and Jintae sleep in the same bed together?
Yes. I was impressed with Soyeon because she was the one who invited
Yeah.
him. Girl knows what she wants.
stand.
Girl is going to get what she wants.
We love.
Yeah, and Jintae was like, "Oh my goodness,
You should-
is this happening?"
Really sure?
Yeah.
I'm coming, I'm coming.
No,
I'm coming,
okay,
Really,
but maybe on his part is like, this one real consent or not? This one consent or not?
He wanted
This
to
one
make
okay or
sure.
not? Yeah, because the one later
On
got
TV
some
leh.
drama. Yeah.
Good job, Jintae, for
Yeah,
double
for making
checking,
sure. Yeah,
right?
I do think Jintae, right? He did redeem himself a little bit at the end. I didn't hate it as much as I initially did.
Yeah, just a little bit.
A
just
little bit, yeah.
But can I just say that this is quite reflective of K-dramas as well.
Right.
Nothing happens, and then when you get a little bit of action, and then everybody goes batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Purposely one.
Catch her! You know what I mean? Like that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. So I think
Understand.
it's a cultural thing also lah.
It
Because
is.
in Korean culture, I think they don't really, they are not as forward compared to like the American reality shows lah.
Yeah. Okay. Shall we wrap up this episode
Yes.
by finally talking about the finale? Okay, finale, 2 important points because we can't talk about everybody. First, Gia and her choices, and also Shi-hoon's very rude gesture towards Soo-min. Okay, let's talk about Shi-hoon first, okay? Okay, let's watch this scene. This is Shi-hoon's choice to choose someone. Keep in mind,
I want to call him Dick Bat.
Mr. Si-hoon was with Soo-min, who has kindly gifted him a trip to paradise prior to this. Okay, play. Oh my god, this freaking guy.
수민아. 아 진짜 너무 고마웠어 내가.
So cute.
You're so cute.
I love Yewon.
아 진짜 너무 고마웠어 내가.
Just like that.
Look at her face!
Very rude.
And she had to look down because she's so embarrassed.
진짜로.
She was like, oh shit, and then she faster looked.
That is a work of
That's
art.
a dick move. Yeah.
Look, she looks so embarrassed.
She never even shake her hand.
지아한테가?
Oh my god,
진짜로?
look,
This man is an
look at
embarrassment.
her. She was like, oh my god.
Oh, I got 3 guys.
I already told him.
I
don't like him.
now.
Oh,
Why is she
I
still here?
I completely think she's like, I got 3 guys.
Yeah.
Look.
Y'all got? Don't have.
And she didn't really put in any effort. No drama. Barely talk anything.
She just need to breathe.
Yeah. Then all the guys seem.
Oh, it's okay.
Like, she's so incredulous leh. That
Yeah, she's
I
like,
already rejected you leh. You still want to come here and wave your armpits at me.
Now she's like, Jesus, I have more decisions to make and more people to
Yeah.
reject. How
Yeah.
could you do this to me?
But honestly, at this point, Sis was ready to go back to Seoul.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
like, I'm getting out of here.
Sis is ready to go back to her YouTube career.
Yeah, look at her black dress. Damn nice. Her dress
Yeah,
damn nice. Yeah, but
yeah, her dress damn nice.
I tell you, Soo-min was doing charity work.
Yes, I feel so horrible for her. Let's talk about Mr. Si-hoon rejecting Soo-min in this brutally horrible way. I do feel, yes, rude is one. Like, okay, saying thank you is fine. He could have said like, thank you, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
pick you because
Yes.
explain a bit, right?
Yes.
like thanks and bye. Like thanks for the food in paradise, ma'am. Thanks for showing me to the hotel with a comfy bed and the aircon, but like no thanks.
I would actually have preferred if he never say anything. Like if you got nothing good to say, just don't
Just
say.
walk,
Yeah.
right? Don't
Just
give her
walk.
like false hope.
Yeah.
You should have just walked straight into the sea.
She
lah.
was.
That kind of behavior, right? Very classless from him.
Yes.
Very ungentlemanly.
I do feel that his tone for that one, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, Sehun also said thank you to Minji, but he sounded more sincere when he said it to her. He was
Yeah.
like, thank you, and then he walked off. And I think like it was kind of like a
Got shake hand a bit.
like shake
Yeah,
hand.
yeah.
And then now we go to Miss Gia, who has 3 guys in front of her, right? Were you guys surprised by Gia's pick? Okay, wait, shall we
No.
watch? Shall we watch?
Actually, I was
What?
quite
Okay,
surprised.
okay, we watch first. We watch first.
No.
병원 같이 못 가줘서 미안.
She's like,
병원 같이 못
sorry,
가줘서
I'm like,
미안.
sorry.
get rid of you first.
아니야 괜찮아.
He's like, thank you for giving me the rejection I deserved.
He's just like,
so
I'm
happy
just
to
happy. I'm just happy to have a conversation with you. Your is only 2 sentences.
He's so happy to be rejected. And he's like, thank you.
나도 그렇게 생각해. 여기서 만나게 되니.
She really know how to talk. Yeah.
Yeah. Despite that.
He really thought he was gonna
She's
be left
gonna-
there.
yeah. He really thought that he was not going to be chosen.
Oh, he's so sad. Poor thing.
Oh my god, he looks so like scared.
강아지.
강아지. Wow, the puppy part I really cannot leh.
He really golden retriever boyfriend.
Yeah.
He very happy though. Oh yeah, they're so cute lah.
But they are so cute together.
They are so cute. They are so cute. Honestly, I think maybe her choice was like she's going for the safer choice also, because of scared of hate. But I think in
I don't
real,
think she cares.
I think in real life, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not the whole Korea.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. if Hyun Sung came in earlier, right? She confirmed picked
Oh
Hyun Sung.
yes.
They confirmed it after
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
I think I was quite surprised by her decision because I thought that she would really, because it felt like she really sidelined the golden retriever boy and went for the new fresh blood. So I thought
Right.
that, as daring as she is, right, she will probably just pick whoever she wanted to pick. Yeah.
True.
I think, right. Honestly, right, she is so media trained, let's be honest.
Yeah.
She has experience.
True.
She knows how to pick her stories. She knows how to make sure she looks like she's going to have a happy ever after.
Correct.
This is to me, is a very fairy tale ending
Yes.
storyline for both of them.
Correct.
It's like, no matter what kind of like adversity comes or whatever challenges comes, the first person you pick will still be your
Hyun
lover.
Sung is just an adversity.
Yeah! Let's be
second
honest, what? He is what? Come on, he was thrown into this to be the
Yeah.
challenger.
Yes.
And then he becomes like such like a good adversary, what? Because he's the strongest. He can throw people out the pit, He got muscles. Hey, yeah, I mean, who else would have been a worthy rival than Hyun Sung for
Yeah.
him?
Yeah, she very smart. She know how to build her own narrative.
Confirm.
Literally, like, she didn't say any word at all, but she had a whole fucking story for her. Like, she had a whole narrative for her with,
Dude.
like, Oppa, otoke!
And the puppy thing, come
Yeah,
on.
and then she kept calling her a puppy. I'm like, girl, okay.
Sis is calculated. Sis is a script writer of her own.
We love.
Yeah.
So that kind of concludes like the more exciting parts of the finale. Overall, at the end of the show, what were your thoughts? So that we can like
Honestly,
consolidate.
Most of it is for show one lah.
Yeah, actually for me, right, I felt like the show became a little bit boring, but for some reason I just want to keep watching.
Oh no, I just forced myself to watch the last 2 episodes.
for this video. Thank you.
This is one of those shows that I feel like it tries to be something that is really not lah. It tries to. It's like, I would say, usually people will say it's like a wolf in sheep's clothing, right?
Okay.
This is like a sheep in wolf's
wolf's
clothing.
clothing.
Outside it's like look like wolf, but actually you open it's so fluffy lah. It's damn fluffy. And in all honesty, if you know the production of reality TV, right, a lot of these things sometimes are egged on by producers.
Yeah.
Producers will tell you, this you say this, please say this.
Or like
have
ask you
this
to keep talking to
interaction.
this person.
Yeah, so it's really quite scripted in a way lah. It's just that I think it pales in comparison to Western reality TV where things happen fast.
Yeah.
These things happen at a glacial pace. At the end of the day, nothing really happens. Still waiting. Honestly, thankfully, it's only 8 episodes. If it was any more, I would have just thrown my computer out the window.
Yeah, I feel like all the Western shows like Love Island, all that, right? The story is built by the people inside. But for this one, it seemed like the producers crafted the story.
Maybe.
Yeah, like different couples have different type of stories.
Yeah.
So like there's the underdog, which is like Yewon Leo, and then there's like the second lead syndrome, and then there's the loser, that kind of
And
thing.
it's a popular girl.
Yeah.
So I feel like
Interesting.
to a huge extent it's probably crafted lah, because let's just say that in reality it's extremely difficult to have a show go the way you want to naturally,
Yeah.
unless you script it.
Correct.
Correct, Theos.
Okay, so overall, what would you rate the show upon 10?
Shit. 5.5 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
Give it a solid 3.5.
Wow.
You're almost savage. I gave it a 6, but like okay.
Wow, you're so kind.
I don't know. I feel that I was not like super bored by it. I was like, okay, it's like a very brain dead content for me.
Yeah.
And I don't mind it being brain dead.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was okay. It was like a 6.
I don't mind brain dead content if it was in English. Because then I can watch it on the side
Like,
while I
you
do
can
stupid
listen- okay,
things.
understand. You don't have to read the subtitles.
Only when
Okay, makes
exciting
sense.
things happen, I'm like,
Yeah, makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that concludes today's episode. We covered a lot of things.
Tons.
It's like, okay, I mean, it's 8 episodes, so it will be condensed, I hope. to a certain amount. Hope you guys enjoyed this new kind of concept that we're doing for Zula Chick Chats. Let us know if you watch Singles Inferno in the comments down below. Tell us who's your favorite character, which ship you like the most. Person.
No, but they are characters.
Contestant.
They are.
Contestant. Your favorite ship. What you like and don't like about the show. Whether you agree or disagree with us. And after all, please take everything that we see here with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
We are just random critics. We are like the panel in the Singles Inferno cast that nobody cares about.
We're more honest than them.
Yeah. Maybe
Yes,
more
I agree.
brutally honest. If you agree or don't agree, let us know in the comments down below. And let us know what else you would like us to comment on for future episodes of Zula Chick Chat, since we'll be doing this more often. Okay, with that said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye!
Bye. Bye.